Although the Khitan still demand periodic tributes, we have pushed them back to the Yellow River. Fortunately, their occupation of Kaifeng was not destructive, and the city has already recovered. Having reviewed the results of the most recent examinations, the Emperor has chosen you to oversee the future development of Kaifeng. He expects it to soon become a cultural center unsurpassed in the world. Return to the classical teachings of Confucius and ensure that all learned people study his ways. Respect, too, the animals of the land. The Emperor has set aside his own palace grounds as a park for creatures from all over China. Fill the park with at least 6 exotic species. In science and technology, our achievements grow more impressive each day. Our Emperor's collection of scholarly books and encyclopedias includes 80,000 volumes. Wonderful devices such as the compass, abacus, and spinning wheel can be found all over our city. Su Song has drawn up amazing plans for an astronomical clock tower. Please help him achieve his goal. Finally, a new threat, the xia-xia Empire, is rising in the west. Our continued policy of appeasement of our enemies with the riches of our land should keep them at bay, as it has the Khitan. Good luck, wise governor. You are presiding over the greatest city in the world, unsurpassed in its culture. Do not disappoint the Emperor.
No, we're not going to disappoint the Emperor, so don't worry your cotton socks. Hey guys, welcome back to Emperor, and we're moving back to Kaifeng. The luxuries of Kaifeng is important for this. Clock tower is fairly easy to build. We've got to get 6 menagerie animals, a population of 5,000. We're close to it, but we might need more housing. We'll already have met this goal for 100 people in Heavenly Compound. I think we've got 150. This threat, the xia-xia Empire, we saw it in the previous mission. They were kind of peaceful, but they're important to us, so we're going to trade with them and get some jade and make more money. So let's head to the city and pause. And for no apparent reason, the game resets your starting cash to 25,000. I don't know why it does that, but the city is as we left it, basically, with our 6 elite houses down here, which has got 150, so we've met that goal already. We might have to evolve our housing up to luxurious apartments to stabilise this. I'm going to have to move this warehouse probably to because it'll get in the way of my grand market squares that I'll need for that. We've got plenty of unemployment to build the monument. I don't think we have... It's only guilds, carpenters and masons to build the clock tower, so placement is not too big of an issue for this because it's not a big monument, really, pardon me. If I have to, I'll just put down maybe like a little bit here of basic housing. I don't think I'll do too much with that. So our troops should be returning soon, and there's no messages, but I hope the troops come back. It looks like some of our cities, although agreeable, are not trading with us. So we've got Lenan, who is trading with us. The Liao Empire is furious, and they're trading with us apparently. Pingyao is cooperative that side. As you'll have noticed, some of the cities have disappeared, so let's just actually have a quick look. Which trading posts don't work? Yeah, associated cities not trading, but that's okay because we can reopen trade with them. Over here we have a trade with Chizo, which obviously doesn't exist anymore, so I'm going to have to empty all of this and import it from somewhere else. The jade I will import from the xia-xia Empire. I don't think I traded with Tanzhou or Yuzhang. No, I didn't. Okay, so that's fine. Now I hope my troops will return. I hope they've not glitched, because that would be nasty if those forts have glitched. It says there's forces in the city, but I don't see them, so what's that about? I might have to destroy some of these forts and rebuild them, which I wouldn't like too much. I'm going to send off Silk, obviously, to the xia-xia and trade with them. I'll also trade with Lenan for carved jade and... not lacquerware, but carved jade and weapons is what I'll send to them. So let's unpause and get the city going. Where are my forts? It looks as if we've got a bit of an issue with the forts. I might have to destroy all of these forts and rebuild them. What's my game speed set at? It seems low. Yeah. So we're gonna... oh, here they are. They're down here. That's why. I'll let them all go back and then just reset them. So they've just kind of respawned now that they've come back. Okay, fine. So I'm going to empty this trading post because they don't exist. I'm going to import the rice from, is it Guangzhou? Yes, Guangzhou we trade with. They've got a trading post out here that's not working. So let's just go ahead and send
town and have a drink.
Open trade request with Jiangling, Chengdu, and it's Chengdu, sorry, not Chengdu, sorry. We'll just send those diplomatic requests. I'll also send off one to the xia-xia and get them open with. I'll have to try and get these people happy, the Liao Empire. They'll probably invade, but it's okay. So let's not import anything from Chengdu because we don't really want to trade with them for that. I am pretty sure we've got... So if we import rice from Guangzhou, that's okay. We can import tea from Jiangling, which is okay. And import lacquer from Chengdu. I won't be able to sell lacquerware too much to Linahan, but that's okay. I'll expand this. I think I might just move some of this around, but we'll see. Anyway, what I'm going to do is let this run and come back in once those diplomatic requests have been responded to. Okay, so the trade agreements had been returned. Obviously the xia-xia Empire rejected it, which is not too obvious. I sent them a medium gift of silk to get them open with us. I've just realised that our only source of tea would have been from Chengdu, and I've just realised that we were only importing wood from Chizhou, which means I need to move some of the trading posts around because I'm going to have to import wood from Jiangling, as well as salt and tea. Since Chengdu is only importing food, lacquer, I might import just 4 salt from them. But I'm going to have to empty this Chizhou trading post to, before I can do anything. I've also set up the Linahan trading post to buy carved jade at the moment, and we'll sell them weapons as well. Have we got plenty of weapons in stock? I think we do, but let's just go ahead and put down this warehouse here, which is going to accept weapons. Now, I think we had some bad harmony buildings as well. Now, I'm going to check out God's Shenlong's angry, which is not too good. Let us give him 20 reams of paper, which puts him to joyful. Let's stop accepting paper. We don't need any more paper in here. Oh, just accept it then. But I need to get rid of the paper because I'm going to have to move this over here. Yeah, I'll just dump it there. That's going to accept paper. Let's empty this and move it all over there. So basically everything's going to work as it was. We've got cabbage, millet and wheat. Let's see, millet, wheat and cabbage. So nothing's changed in terms of our food, which is okay. We'll still make plenty of money. And the only problem is that our steel industry's kind of died because we're thinking, and of course the Liao Empire's gone hostile, they're going to invade us obviously. So I'm going to sell just silk to Guangzhou and sell carved jade to Linahan. I need to get the trading post for the xia-xia Empire open. We're going to stop getting jade because no one is vassal to us, so we don't really need to be getting anything. Trade with the Liao Empire suspended, that was obvious. Doesn't matter to me. We've got a bit of lacquerware kind of building up in this city. I might sell some of it. Because I don't really want to connect this to that. Since the lacquerware industry is going to kind of die out, other than Linahan, does anyone buy lacquerware? No. What I'm going to do is set this warehouse here to go and get lacquerware until it runs out, and then I'll sell it off to Linahan and then move stuff around because I need to get rid of this stockpiling wood that's in this storage yard because there's no point doing anything else. So since the Liao Empire's gone hostile, I'm going to look out for spies, try and catch some if there's any, and I'll come back in a bit later on once we've started to stabilise. Well, not stabilise anything because there's nothing to stabilise, but I'll try and sort this out. Is there a space there? The roads can go out that way, yes, that's okay. So what I'll do is I'll come back in a bit later just to let things run and catch up with all the changes that have been made to the city. We're making money obviously from selling carved jade, but our carved jade industry will run out once these carved jade makers stop working basically. The xia-xia Empire is grateful for silk, which has put them to respectful. Let's just open trade with them immediately. As you can see, they've already got 4 shields, which is not too good. So yeah, I'll let this run. I'll empty this Chizo trading post and fill it up with other stuff once I've stabilised everything else. And so trading with the xia-xia Empire opens up. The reason I'm coming back is because I can't flag the name that they're using. Song Tezing Gampo of the xia-xia Empire. That's an interesting name, I have to say. I'm going to sell lacquerware to Linan, just because I need to kind of get this to run out. I've run out of wood, which is okay. I need to get rid of all the rice that I have. There's a huge amount of hemp suddenly in the city. And I also checked a religion. You don't have Sun Tzu anymore, which means if there are spies in the city, you're going to have to make sure that a watchtower catches them, because you can't use Sun Tzu's ability to catch them anymore, which I find is really stupid, but never mind. Nothing whatsoever has happened to the city. Our industry is pretty much stable. I'm just giving away loads of goods because we have too much of it. I am going to scout out the site for this clock tower, since we might as well. If we put a housing block there, that should be okay. So we just kind of cram that there. Carpenters. We'll just put 2 of these down. 2 masons. I need to put down 2 mason guilds. Trees isn't like trees. Let's see, where can I put this? The rice is almost gone, which is okay. And I'm trying to find a place to put down this, which is not anywhere here. Oh dear. Let's just stuff it here, that'll do. Why don't we just put down the... Actually, hang on a sec. I'm gonna get rid of this. And yes, we're needing workers now all of a sudden because we've got to evolve our houses. So what I'm going to do is put the clock tower here instead. Because the reason is we're going to put... does it need wood? I can't remember. I don't know. But we'll just stuff this here. No, I don't want to hold a vessel. We'll put 2 of those. 2 carpenters. And this, that'll do. So I'm going to need to boost worker capacity in the city to offset that. I can really just raise wage rates, but I don't really want to do that. Right, so we've got lots of lacquerware. Let's just accept and tell this to go and get that. So once these lacquerware makers run out, then I'll move these things around, because there's plenty of tea. And I kind of need to let this run out naturally before I do anything. I've kind of run out of salt, I think, in one of the... No, I haven't run out of salt yet, so it's okay. And yes, so what I'll do is, again, let this run. Actually, what I'll try and do is see if I can get animals off of... Let's send... Oh no, I don't have any animals in this city. What? Hang on, is there no animals at all here? Interesting, there is no animals to be found here, so I need to go and start trying to request animals. So, let's send... Let Chong do anything. Let's give Jiang Ling weapons. 8 racks of weapons, that should get you to a higher one, and I'll ask for an alliance with you. And then I'll demand weapons off of you, no, an animal off of you. And then I'll use that to get the other animals that I need in the menagerie, because it's empty at the moment, which is not too helpful. So with the other goals, we've got 4,400 people, we need another 600. That means I'm going to have to evolve these 2 housing blocks to get more workers. Hopefully that'll work. Right, what is this looking for? It's looking for stone. So, destroy that bit of road. I'm going to put this here and tell it to go and get stone, because I have to import it from Pingyao, like everything. So, get... and import stone. 24 blocks, no, not 24 blocks, it's down to 12. Yeah, so you'll notice this, that some of the trading quotas have now changed. As you can see, some of these were 24, but now it's only 12. What a bitch the game is, isn't it, when it does things like that. Of course, Linan's not changed in any way at all, and now our jade carvers have run out. So now I have to kind of explore other stuff. So I need to get rid of all the lacquerware. And yeah. Okay, so nothing's happened from the Liao Empire going hostile. They've got to displease now, so maybe they've not sent a spy, which will be good if they haven't. I haven't seen anything that looks like a spire. If there is, I'm not noticing it. So what I'll do is I'll let this run, and again I'll just come back in once there's something interesting to showcase here, because at this point there is nothing to show at all. Okay, so I managed to get Jiangling to be an ally. I managed to send them a medium gift of weapons, which got them to admiring. I sent them a diplomatic request, and they're helpful. So that's good. So what I'm going to do is send a request to Jiangling. I would like an animal from you, please, which I'm going to use to try and boost everything else. What I'm going to use to get the other animals is xia-xia Empire for the desert, and Pengyao will be the temperate climate, and other cities as well can be used as well to get the other animals, which is good. I'm selling off lacquerware. This has run out of wood, and there's only a little bit of rice left in it, which should be enough. I might use this one over here to get extra rice. I'll just fill this up with more rice, just to kind of get rid of it, and then I will destroy this and start importing wood from Jiangling, because we're not trading with them. I realised I did put down the xia-xia Empire's trading post, so we're now importing some jade and making carved jade again, which is what we want, of course. Yeah, so I'll just destroy some of that road. The only problem is I'm finding it difficult to get rid of workers, because I don't really have very many. Right, so what's our gods like? We don't have a Buddhist pagoda nor the Daoist temple, so let's put down the Daoist temple. Since we should be able to put this down somewhere. Yeah, if we just destroy this wall here, put that along there, that'll use up some workers. There we go. So yeah, it's really a case of just kind of waiting to stabilise your city again. And we're making lots of weapons, which I'm going to sell off to Lenan after we stop selling lacquerware. In fact, I'm going to stop selling lacquerware now. We're going to just get rid of this and then start selling weapons, which will also boost the treasury of the city. I might sell weapons to the xia-xia, but it's a bit far for them to go to get the weapons. But run out, we're nearly filled up with weapons, which is okay. I don't think this monument requires that. Oh, it does. Ow. So I need to import wood for that monument. So once I get rid of... Oh, Jiangling is giving me a pheasant. How nice. Wait, that must mean that they're a temperate climate city then, for them to be sending off a pheasant. Right, okay. Strange, but never mind. Right, so let's give the xia-xia a pheasant and see what they say, and hopefully they'll give me something in return. So we now have one animal out of 6. Not very many, but who cares. If I want to provide tea, I'll have to destroy this market square and replace it with a grand market square later. Not too good, but never mind. I'm not really bothered about Guan Yin, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'm going to let this run, try to get all the animals I need. I'll get rid of all this lacquerware, and once the rice is gone from this here, in fact I might just get rid of that trading post, I'm not sure, but we'll see. So we've got a little bit of rice kind of building up in here. I'll set this to get, and it'll go and get extra rice, and that'll empty this quicker. So yeah, I'll let this run, and I'll come back in if anything interesting happens. Okay, so the xia-xia Empire is entering the city to give me a saiga antelope. How nice. I sent off the pheasant, they were grateful for it, so it's okay. So now I'm going to go and give this saiga antelope to Jiangling, because they probably need it, so we'll see what they say to that. Almost sold out of lacquerware, which is good. There's only 600 lacquerware left to sell, and then we'll be fine. This trading post is now finally empty, so let's just delete it and put down the Jiangling trading post instead. So we're going to import wood, loads of it. And I don't think anyone sells rice. No, yeah, hang on. Guangzhou sells rice. I'll set that to 24. I am going to import salt, just meager amounts, from Chengdu. These are still set to 36, but they only import 12, which is kind of annoying. The trading quota is really decimating these missions, I have to tell you. So we're importing lacquer and salt from Chengdu because that's all they need. And we'll import wood and tea from Jiangling. So we'll import 8 tea. We don't really need tons. So we'll start producing lacquerware again. Not to sell, certainly not. We're selling off little bits of silk off to the xia-xia, which is keeping them happy, I presume. Not selling tons, but it's better than nothing, really. I might rearrange this, because this is quite far for them to go to get to the silk, but it doesn't matter, to be honest with you. In my opinion, anyway. We've got 36 workers needed, which is not too good. So that's Linan. They bought 4 weapons, 6 carved jade, and 2 lacquerware vessels, not too bad. They've got to go quite some distance, so that helps, I suppose, that they're having to go quite some distance along the map before they can buy anything more, which means that these can stockpile. Which is, I suppose, what we want. So these things need wood. We need to stop getting stone. We'll set it to get 12, and we'll also get wood if there's any left by the time that these have used them up, because I'm pretty sure they've been used up fairly quickly. We haven't been invaded, which is good, so things are fairly stable in this city. I was going to expand the carved jade industry, but I'm not going to bother. It looks as if everything is pretty much stable, which is good. And I don't have any food issues either, which is perfect. And so I'm importing... this is going to have to be set to get, otherwise it won't get any. Let's stop getting rice because we don't need it. We'll just get salt. In fact, I don't even need to get salt because it's in the right place. I'll just set this to accept and stop getting rice in this one at all. And yeah, so what's this? 200 silk. He's going to deposit it. Never mind. Okay, so we're making some profit. We're not really making that much carved jade, I have to say. I would like to expand it, but I'm not sure how to go about it. I mean, I could just do straight across like that and then have a road tile going up this way instead of it going around like this. It might be allowed me to extend it up here a bit, I don't know. So we're selling off everything that we can to Linan, which is making us a profit. So they just bought 8 weapons and 4 carved jade. They're not buying the remaining lacquerware that they've got, but that's okay. So we're selling off weapons, selling off silk, and selling carved jade. We're selling plenty of things. We're also importing a little rice for the fact that we need an extra food type. So we've imported some wood, imported some tea. We've imported a bit too much tea, but it's okay. So I'm going to delete this and evolve these houses to get our thingamabob up. And I'm also going to send food off to Chengdu as well, just simply to get more allies just for the sake of it, because I don't see the point in not having allies. So yeah, I'll let this run again, and I'll come back in once our monument is going on a bit further than this, because this is seriously not progressing very far without wood. Okay, so I'm just coming back in here to show you that I've kind of got everything stable again. The only problem is I'm not really getting that much wood because most of the wood is going into this lacquerware industry, and not enough is getting over to the clock tower, which is running very slowly. I evolved this housing block over here to luxurious apartment by shifting around the priorities for importing tea and all that. I also realised I didn't put down the money printer, so I put that down and making more profit, obviously. Had some houses devolve here for some reason, but I put down a couple of extra Sahewans, well, elite houses, simply so that I could have, and I've imported way too much rice, I don't need that much. I've kind of put down more Sahewans to try and boost the population, because these heavenly compounds give me 25 more people, so that would be 50 extras in the city, even though it doesn't count towards anything. This I've rearranged so that it just goes down, zigzags here, and then comes back. So I might be able to extend this up here, around here, to get more jade carvers in place, which will be good for the city overall. I've rearranged this so this goes in like that. I also got a couple more animals off of cities. I got, I believe, Gobi Bear, a Saga Antelope, as you saw, and a Salamander. So I got a Gobi Bear and a Salamander. So I sent off something to Chengdu to get the last item there, so that'll be that. And then all it'll be a case of is trying to get the population, which shouldn't be too difficult, but the other problem is my unemployment's going a bit high, and I'm not sure how I can solve it, because I don't have very many buildings to connect it. For some reason I can't get this down. Well, I can put it there, that'll do. That saps away some workers. The only problem is I don't see a road connection to it. How many workers does it take? 10, that's not very much. Let's just get rid of that, it's useless. So these Sajuuks will evolve, get access to various things, and that will provide us with more elite houses that I don't really need. Oh, he's going, that's the one getting the wood, okay, that's okay. So this just really needs wood and stone, it's not that much really. And everything seems stable, which is good. There's not really much for me to do, and except give Hongdi some ceramics. I own 20 crates of ceramics just to empty some of this, because this is all kind of stagnating. I can't put any more forts down because there's no more forts allowed. I've got 12. We're making so many items that I can't sell them all now. I can't really sell that much to Lanam. We're selling lots of weapons and cartridge, just not that much. I'm going to start selling weapons to xia-xia now, simply because we're not making enough. I've also connected up this bit just so they have a quicker route down there. Don't think it's any quicker than going a normal route, but it doesn't matter. Just straight seeing the road out, there we go. So start selling off more items, start boosting money stores that I don't really need to boost, because we're making 26,000 strings of cash a year. That's ridiculous. And I don't even think the trading quotas have reset yet, which is even better. We're importing the maximum amount of jade that we can, and we're not making much carved jade anyway, so that industry's kind of stagnated. We are making carved jade, just not a lot, because we're not even selling the maximum now, which is a shame, but never mind. So I'll just kind of let this run. And yeah, there's not much for me to do now except wait and hopefully meet the goals. So yeah, I'll come back in a bit later in the mission. I'll come back in when the clock tower and when the clock tower is done, and then we'll get towards the population target. Hopefully I'll have met that already by that time. So I'll come back in later, unless anything of interest happens. Okay, so I'm coming back in after quite a bit of time's passed. The Liao Empire has demanded cash of 10 strings, but I'll just give you 10 cash because it's going to do nothing to my wallet. For some reason the clock tower needs steel, and I'm having trouble trying to get steel because it keeps being used up in my weapons industry. Now because this warehouse is now full, hopefully the steel will stabilise and they'll be able to actually go and get it. You know, hopefully. But it might be because of this that's glitching it, I'm not sure. Because I don't know if anyone's actually going to get steel. I did have a couple of issues with these collapsing because of the walks they were taking, but I've fixed that sort of. I had to destroy one of my jade carvers, it was empty basically. I'm also importing more jade from Chengdu because I'm not making enough. Let's just give them a large stack of wood, hopefully to get rid of some of the supply that we have. Let's set this to that, just to empty it. Hopefully that won't count. They won't go and get more wood, hopefully they'll get some steel instead. It looks as if the problem was because they weren't getting steel, because they were trying to get wood instead, so that didn't help. Rearrange the road layout, as I said, having it going this way. I'm selling lots of carved jade now that I'm not selling weapons, simply because I can't produce enough weapons for the steel that we need, so I'll sell weapons later. I've got the 6 menagerie animals, so I finally got the 6th one. It took a while, I don't know why. The Empire's happy that we caved into their stupid demands. I might actually open trade with them simply to sell more silk, so you know, you really should do this, but who cares. 8 bolts of silk, take it and I'll trade with you and sell more silk, because I'm making so much that even the 3 traders I'm selling silk to can't buy enough. I mean, we've already, this is October and has already sold the maximum quota of silk. It's crazy how much you can sell in this. We're selling 36, 24 and 12. We can sell lots of silk in this, it's ridiculous. Anyway, the only thing that's left to do is grow the city to reach the 5,000 population target and get rid of the supplies of wood that we've got somehow in the city. So I'll give Hongdi some wood, 10 stacks, there you go, you don't need any more then you might go and get steel. So it's the 4, right? And I'll come back later once I've evolved the housing a bit more. Might need to do it soon, but might not have to, we'll see. Yeah, I might boost the raw silk. Actually, no, I'm going to have to get rid of raw silk because I've got so much here. There's too many farms. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 farms. That's stupid. I don't need that many. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'll let this run and I'll come back in a bit later. Okay, so the clock tower is now complete. What an engineering marvel you have built. This astronomical clock tower will keep us in time with the universe and help immensely with calendar prediction. So let's go and have a look at it. There you go. That's boring. This incredible clock tower, keeping precise time by day and night, proudly proclaims the unquestioned genius of our people. So I need to fill this up to stop getting stuff because we don't need these items. I'll just set it to 12. 12. Well, not that, sorry. Let's set this to 12. Okay, so we're not getting any more items. And so that's completed most of the goals. I just need to boost the population. I opened up trade with the Liao Empire and I did a calculation. In this mission alone, you can sell 108 bolts of silk to various cities. You can sell 72 bolts to both the Liao and the xia-xia empires. You can sell 24 bolts to Guangzhou and 12 bolts to Pingyao. That is crazy how much silk you can produce in this mission. And we're now actually having an issue where we can't sell enough carved jade. But I'm going to not worry too much about that because that's okay. In fact, we're now starting to run out of silk because there's not enough weavers. I might have to expand this industry a bit later, but I'm not too bothered by that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Rework the roads a bit, like so. That and that. 2 food shops. Set to only get appetizing food, hemp, ceramics, and tea. And what I'll do is I'll just I'll empty all of this. I'll bring this back using warehouses and things like that. Let's set this to get steel from whatever. Does anyone buy stone? Because if I can sell a stone, that'll be helpful. I don't think anyone buys it though, that's the only problem. Nope, no one buys stone. So what I'll do is I'll stop importing stone and just give it away to the gods. That'll work out. Shenong and Zhaojun must be the main gods related to the clock tower, so that's okay. Let's give... where's the stone? 5 blocks of stone. Actually, I need to set this to importing for it to count. I'll need to bring all the stone over here. I'll just fill this up with all the stone I can get. And stop importing it, that is. Yeah, so we're not importing it anymore, that's okay. So yeah, that's us done with Kaifeng pretty much. I'll come back in once we have boosted the population of this housing block. To offset the unemployment problems, what I'll do is I'll just spam out mason guilds and things like that, because carpenters guilds take up 25 workers and mason guilds take up 27, which is a lot. So let's just destroy that road. Oh, Ziwan Moon must have helped to speed it up as well. Right, so I'll empty all of this, get it back into the system, and I'll come back in once that's done. Okay, so I put down a bunch of carpenter skills just to offset the labour, the employment problems, and we are now pretty much ready to complete the mission. The population is just about to reach 5,000. It didn't really matter. I mean, look, we have sold so much that I'm actually trying to sell off lacquer because I can't get rid of all this wood that's over here, but it doesn't matter. We're about to complete the mission shortly. Anyway, that's just reached 5,000, and there we go. We're done with Kaifeng. We built a city of 5,000 people. I know that we built a city of 8,000 back in Shanghai, but that doesn't count because this is the first largest city you have to build in the campaign so far. But I really enjoyed this mission because it's short and you don't really have any invasions. I mean, you might have invasions if the Liao just get too pissed off and you're playing on very hard, but it doesn't matter. We're done.
You have built Kaifeng into a shining beacon for the world to see all of the glories of the Song dynasty. Nowhere in the world is there a city such as Kaifeng. Only here is scholarship so highly respected. Only in Kaifeng do the sciences and the arts reign supreme. Even the beasts of the land, sea, and air occupy a special place near and dear to our emperor's heart.
In Indeed they do, and Kaifeng is now the biggest city of the world. I think it actually is in historical accounts, but never mind. So this is completed Kaifeng. I should also point out that we've actually completed the Song Dynasty. In the next video, we're going to head into a very short Jin Dynasty, the Jurchen Jin, which will be explained in the briefing when I start Song Du. Thanks for watching, see you later, and bye now.